And welcome to Cook It Like Chef Shrimpy. We bring the sexy back. Today I'll be showing you to make a very important meal. And guys, this one is especially for you. Valentine's Day is coming. It's the day for the ladies. And we want to make sure that they're pleased, that they're satisfied. So I'm going to show you how to make a very romantic, delicious dish. This dish is a whole dish. It's one from the 17th century. King George III of England was hosting a dinner at his palace one Saturday night. A lot of guests was invited, especially one beautiful woman that he was trying to impress. He went to his chef and he said, "Chef, this weekend I want you to make this beef special. Do something special that I've never experienced before." Chef was like, okay. He asked the king for a bottle of wine, and he took the bottle of wine, went to the kitchen, meditated for a while, thinking of how I'm gonna make my king happy for this dinner. He took the meat out, started prepping the meat. When he started prepping the meat, he opened the bottle of wine, take a glass of the wine, and drank it while he's seasoning the meat. He finished seasoning the meat, put it into the oven to cook, took another glass of wine. By the time the beef was ready, he already drank 3 glasses of the wine. And the last glass that was left in the bottle, he uses that to make the sauce. Come the time for service, he pushed the beef into the dining room and his carving cart, go chair to chair, carve his beef. Everybody started eating. Beef was so good, everybody requested a second cut of the beef. When the young lady who the king was impressing requested another cut of the beef, the chef shoved his cart right beside her chair, carved her another piece of beef, and it was at that time that the king acknowledged what the chef had done special to the beef. He realized at that time that there was no bones in the beef and that the chef wasn't carving the beef from any bones. He stood up, take his sword out, stretch it across the young lady's shoulder, use the tip of it to touch that last piece of beef that was on the cutting board, and said, "As of today, this is called sirloin of beef. Let's make this beautiful meal."
This beef in the oven today. Since we are not feeding an army of people, I will show you that another time. Today, we're gonna pan sear these 2 beautiful sirloin. The ingredients for this meal, we'll be using 2 14-ounce sirloin steak, 2 ounces of olive oil, 1 ounce of soy sauce, 3-ounce onion, 2 sprigs of thyme, 1 large cloves of fresh garlic, 1/4 ounce of salt, 1/4 ounce black pepper, 2 ounces of red wine, 3/4 cup of water, 1/4 ounce of flour, and 1/4 ounce of margarine. Let's get started. First, we'll be making the marinade. So I'm gonna be chopping half of the onion, half the thyme, and half of the garlic. We're gonna add the soy sauce and the oil, half the black pepper and half the salt. We're gonna whip this for about 30 seconds. Then I'm gonna add it to the steak. You want to rub this up for a little bit so you get that marinade soaked in. And then I'm gonna cover it with this file paper and I'm gonna put it aside to sit for about 30 minutes before I cook them. You want this marinade to penetrate itself through these beautiful pieces of steak, so when you're heating them you get the real flavor that you're looking for. Our steak has been marinated now for about half an hour. Time to cook them. I'm gonna put this skillet to hot and high heat. To this I'm gonna add 1/4 ounce of oil. We want it to get real hot but not smoking. Now I'm gonna add my steak and I'm gonna let them cook for about 5 to 6 minutes on each side. Okay, let's go ahead and turn them. Oh yeah, as you can see, these are nice and golden brown. Turn that over, give it another 5 to 6 minutes on the other side. As you can see, I lowered the flame because I don't want them to be burnt. And since we're gonna be making the sauce in the same skillet, if you get it burnt, your sauce will turn out a little bit bitter, and you don't need that. You might make the king mad, and not only the king, you might make the princess mad, and that you don't want to do on Valentine's Day. Okay, our steaks are ready, but before I remove them from the skillet, I'm gonna show you an old trick that the same lecturer who taught me this dish taught me about cooking steak. I want to cook this steak medium rare. There's different particular for a palm that the chef in olden days would use to test the temperature of the meat. I'm gonna be using the lower part of my palm to test my temperature. Basically, you wanna put your finger on top of the steak, press it a little bit to feel the tenderness. And so our steak is ready. I'm gonna take them from the skillet and I'm gonna put them on a plate, sit them aside for a bit, and I'm gonna make that lovely sauce for this steak. Drain the excess oil from the skillet, put it back on low flame, and it's time to make our sauce. As you can see in the beginning, I did use half of the ingredients for the marinade. So now I'm gonna use the other half to make this lovely sauce. Let's get started. Here I'm adding a 1/4 ounce of flour. This is gonna play the role of my thickening agent. Then I'll be adding the onion. I'll be adding the garlic. I'll be adding the fresh thyme. And to this, I will add 2 ounces of red wine. I'm gonna stir this for 30 seconds constantly so that the alcohol can cook out of the red wine. Next, I'll be adding the water. I'm gonna turn the fire up to high, stir this a few times, and reduce it for 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, turn the fire off, add the remainder of the salt, add the pepper, add the margarine, and stir for 30 seconds. This meal you want to serve instantly. Is not when the sauce is nice and hot and these steaks are juicy and ready to eat. This beautiful dish I will be serving with mashed potatoes, steamed broccoli, and a slice of avocado. This meal I portioned for 2, but you can add to the ingredients and make it for however amount of people in your family. Happy Valentine's.